Well, guys, welcome in. The voice is already bothering me. Damn it, I'm already annoyed. It is game one, and I am just totally disgusted. You know what? I'm just about ready to dump this Denver Nuggets team. I just can't take it anymore. I can't take these goddamn games anymore. It is night one of 82. They subject me to this utter bullshit throughout every playoff run. And now in night one of 82, I have to sit and watch this filth. I just can't take it, guys. Please give me another team. I'm taking suggestions. Get on the live. Get in the chat area, the comment area, whatever. I'm annoyed. And get me some suggestions of who my new team could be, because I cannot take 82 games and then how many ever of this that there might be to ensue in the postseason. Probably like another, I don't know, 12 to 15 games of this cardiac garbage that I have to choke on for the next 9 months. I don't want to do it. I've done it for like 3 years with this team. I can't take it anymore. So yeah, who can I get? I wonder. Maybe the team that gets all the calls, all the free throws, has by far the best team. Probably in at least the last decade. Maybe I could defect to the Oklahoma City Thunder bandwagon. Is it too late? Can I get on? Can I get on that wagon? Okay, guys, but seriously, let's unpack what I saw tonight in both games. Again, look, the NBA is on one. Terrible day for them. Terrible. If you missed it, if you're living under a rock, the NBA had a really kind of a black eye of a day, one of the worst days in recent memory. The bombshell betting, gambling, whatever allegations coming out from the FBI. I never thought in all of my life would I hear the sitting FBI director utter the words like La Cosa Nostra, the Gambino family, and Chauncey Billups in the same damn sentence during a press conference. But that's the way the day went for the NBA. There was 30 arrests spanning over 11 different states today by the FBI. 3 of those players, pretty high profile, either people that are involved in the NBA or formerly current head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, Chauncey Billups. You also had Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat, and Damon Jones, former player for the Cavaliers and assistant coach for the Cavaliers, all arrested today by the FBI, all involved in this litany of different things and racketeering, fraud, money laundering, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on of the crimes, totaling in the tens of millions of dollars. It's a developing story. If you guys want to know more about it, I did do about a 10.5-minute video on everything that we know to this point. You can find that video on my channel right now. But as bad as the day began for the NBA, it was an incredible opening night. There were one specifically exhilarating game, a double overtime thriller on opening night. And then you had obviously the Warriors and the Lakers on opening night. Then last night you had 24 games, 12 teams in action, a bunch of good stuff going on last night as well. And then today, after the disaster that was all day with the FBI releases and news and all that was trickling out, then 2 more epic games tonight. I'll talk about them each. The first game, another double overtime game by the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're the first team in NBA history now to begin their season, the first 2 games of their season, with double overtime games, both of them. I'll talk about that in a bit, but I do want to touch on what I just saw from the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors, a game that the Nuggets obviously should have won. I joke about dropping off the bandwagon of the Nuggets, but I will say this. You guys think out there, I'm going to say the scrubs out there, the trolls of you out there. I don't know if any of you are listening to this live stream right now or not, but I get a lot of, there's a lot of assertions swirling around me, my brand, my channel, that I'm like some kind of a Nikola Jokic apologist, or I make excuses for Nikola Jokic. I don't criticize Nikola Jokic. You're a scrub. You're a loser. You don't really, if you say these things about me, you don't actually pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm sick of it. I'm fed up with it. And you know what? You can keep listening to my channel all you want. Thank you very much for your viewership, patronage, whatever. Thank you for talking up in my comments section and boosting my engagement. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to kowtow to you guys. If you are in these comments right now or on videos talking about how I make excuses, I don't call it the way it is, or I'm not, hard enough on Nikola Jokic, you are a scrub troll, and I don't really have any time to respond to you otherwise. I always say the way it is, whether good, bad, indifferent. Nikola Jokic is by far the best player in the NBA. By far. At least until this 2025-2026 season, the verdict is out. For the last 5 years, he has been by far the best player in the NBA. And the losses that he has incurred in the big situations, in the big moments where the Denver Nuggets have failed, Nikola Jokic is not to blame. Nikola Jokic, if you gave him a serviceable team with legitimate supporting casts for the last 5 years, he would have 3 or 4 championships. That's not the way it went. I think this is the best team he's had in his entire career. But what I saw tonight from Nikola Jokic is completely and utterly unacceptable. He has a triple-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds, I believe, and 10 assists. It was a terrible game. I don't care that he had the triple-double, blah, 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 whatever. He shot horribly from the field. He blew a number of easy shots that he routinely makes. He likely got fouled on the game-winning attempt at the end of regulation. That's no excuse. It was a damn layup. You've got to make it. You've got to be better than Nikola Jokic was tonight. Just not good. I don't know. He looked like he was laboring. It looked like he's hurt. That's not an excuse because he's on the court. So he's injured at this point, or maybe the cliff is here. Who knows? Maybe he's just not in the kind of shape that he needs to be to start the season. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Nikola Jokic, but it was all night long. He didn't look good. He was an elite three-point shooter last year. He shot near 40% from the three-point range. He was one of, the 5 best three-point shooters in the NBA last year. He was, I believe, 2 of 12 is the number. No, 2 of 13 tonight from the three-point line. There's really no way to guard this guy, so they essentially give him wide open three-point looks generally. He got a good number of wide open looks tonight. That was really the only good looks that he received, and he missed a bunch of them. So Jokic, that loss is entirely 100% on Nikola Jokic. That is probably the first time I could say decisively in about 3 or 4 years of intently watching this team and following it, that Nikola Jokic was terrible in a basketball game. That Nikola Jokic was one of the primary reasons that they lost a basketball game. And he spoils for a guy who lost a 60, 10, and 10 game last year because of his scrub supporting cast. He spoiled, Nikola Jokic did, an absolute gem masterpiece of a game by Aaron Gordon. One of the best games I've seen in recent memory. This dude, Aaron Gordon, dropped 50 points tonight on only 21 shot attempts. 21 attempts. And he's not putting up SGA type numbers from the free throw line, folks. 6 free throws. So that's when you total it all up. 21 total field goal attempts for Aaron Gordon. Just 6 free throws. That is 27 total shots for 50 from Aaron Gordon. An absolute gem. And Nikola Jokic spoiled it. So that game is utterly and entirely no ifs, ands, or buts about it on Jokic. And who knows? It's just one game. We don't have to be prisoner of the moment or start overly panicking. But look, it is a horrendous loss. This is a Western Conference that is loaded 1 through 10, where it's going to be very tight. Probably 2, 3, and 4 could be separated by like 1 or 2 games. 4, 5, and 6 could be separated by 1 or 2 games. And then you could be in the play. Basically, when the season ends, you could be in the play-in tournament, or you could be the 4 seed or the 3 seed. So losing a game like that to the Golden State Warriors, who are going to be one of their chief competitors, I think the Warriors and the Nuggets are 2 top 4 teams in the Western Conference. And look, there's no shame in losing that game if you're the Denver Nuggets. Look, the Warriors had a game under their belt. The Nuggets looked like they had a bit of rust in the first half. They're integrating a lot of new pieces. They were on the road. The Warriors were favored in that game. Yada, yada, yada. No shame in the loss there, but the way they lost it. They were up 14 in the first half. They were up like 8 or 9 in the fourth quarter, in the second part of the fourth quarter. That is a game you simply cannot let get away. It is a game, even though it is game 1 of 82, that unequivocally can come back and absolutely haunt you when you're working for seed lines down the stretch. Just a pitiful loss by the Denver Nuggets tonight. So, and again, Jokic, I don't know. He was laboring up and down the court. He looked like he was limping and hobbling. I just don't know what's going on. And he missed so many shots that he always makes. So I don't know if it's injury, the cliff, whatever, but Nikola Jokic did not look like Nikola Jokic tonight. That just wasn't a Nikola Jokic game, despite the fact, again, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. He only had 2 turnovers, but 8 of 23 from the field, 23 shots for 21 points. Just a highly inefficient, puzzling game from him. And he registered a -10, which wasn't a team worst. That belongs to Cam Johnson. We'll get to Cameron Johnson, the scrub that he is. I'm very angry and annoyed tonight, guys. I don't know if that's coming across or not here. Okay, we talked enough about Nikola Jokic. I think I was fair on him for all of you guys. Yeah, unsubscribing. Go ahead, Daryl. Go ahead and unsubscribe, Daryl. Like I said, I'm not here, Daryl. Let me find you. Where I can't even find your name. And Daryl, quite frankly, I don't care. Oh, Daryl Etzler Reed. See ya. Sayonara, Daryl. I don't really care. Like I said, I'm not here to kowtow to you haters, trolls out there who come in here and lambaste and roast me on a daily basis about stuff that, quite frankly, you're not even paying attention to. I mean, watch what I'm saying. Pay attention. View the video before you come in here and light me up in the comment section. I'm sick of the shit from some of you guys. And quite frankly, I don't mind saying it. So, Daryl, don't let the door hit you on the way out, my friend. I think I was fair with Nikola Jokic again. Best player by far in the NBA for the last 5 years. He did not play as such tonight. We'll see what the other 81 games hold. But I have some serious concerns going on here about this new look Denver Nuggets team, even though it is only game 1. We were supposed to have this brand new team with all of these brand new pieces, and there was supposed to be all of this depth that was supposed to be here for the Denver Nuggets. And yet and still, it still looked very, very top heavy tonight for the Denver Nuggets. It was basically 3 guys and 3 guys only. Yes, there was a historical performance by Aaron Gordon. He was absolutely masterful. A 50-point spot again on 21 shot attempts and only 6 free throws. Nikola Jokic, we've covered him in excess, I believe, at this point. Not good tonight. Pretty subpar tonight. But still, a 21-point, 13 rebound, 10 assist, triple-double. And then Jamal Murray was very good tonight. Murray looks like he's in mid-season or post-All-Star break form at this point. Typically, he starts, very slowly, kind of works his way into shape as the year goes along. And that doesn't look like it is the case this season. He came to camp. He looked slender. He looked pretty spry, and he looked good in the preseason. And that translated tonight. Jamal Murray contributes 25 points on 11 of 20 from the field, and he had 10 assists tonight. So a 25-point double-double for Jamal Murray. After that, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray, there was nothing, like a total cliff. And my biggest concern, I don't even want to talk about this. They finally get rid of Michael Porter Jr., who is just, I got to be honest with you, Michael Porter Jr. was one of the worst contracts in the entire NBA for years. He was terrible. He was an absolute hole, and he destroyed the Nuggets in the playoffs the last 2 seasons. In the 2 series that they got eliminated in last year, of course, against the Thunder in 7, and the year before against the Minnesota Timberwolves in 7, Michael Porter Jr. was literally horrific. They finally get rid of him. By the way, Michael Porter Jr. in his first game in Brooklyn, I'm hearing about how Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to have this great season this year now. Michael Porter Jr., game 1, Brooklyn last night, 12 points, 5 of 15 shooting, and a team worst minus 19 plus minus. So lo and behold, Michael Porter Jr. is still a bum. We see that. But Cameron Johnson was supposed to be this big upgrade to Michael Porter Jr. And damn it, I couldn't even tell that it wasn't Michael Porter Jr. You might as well take the Johnson jersey away from this guy and just give him a Porter Jr. jersey, because they are literal identical players, at least throughout the first game of Cameron Johnson's Nuggets debut. He was absolutely pitiful. 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 6 from the three-point line, 5 points, and a team worst, a game low, minus 17 plus minus. He couldn't make any shots. I was led to believe this guy was a good defender, an upgrade defender to Michael Porter Jr. He looked terrible on defense. This is, I think, to me, there is cause for some concern already. I know it's only game 1 of 82, but again, if you can't tell, I'm very annoyed. I'm highly annoyed by this performance by the Denver Nuggets. It's just a game that you absolutely can't let get away. And there was a lot of reasons behind it, of course, that did not include the Denver Nuggets. The Golden State Warriors are just pretty good. They absolutely worked the Lakers. The Lakers, I mean, really didn't look like a viable NBA team outside of Luka Doncic. The Nuggets looked highly capable offensively tonight, but it just wasn't enough because the Golden State Warriors throw a lot at you. They had every single starter was in double digit scoring tonight, and they had 2 double-digit scorers off the bench. Al Horford looked great tonight, and Buddy Hield again with double digits off the bench. So 7 players in double figures for the Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler was good again tonight. He was good in their opener. Steph Curry was not that good in their opener. He was magnificent tonight. He had 42 points on 14 of 25. 6 of 12 from the three-point line. And Steph Curry drilled an absolutely ridiculous shot with the Nuggets up 3 in the waning seconds of regulation. Steph Curry just hit a berserk 3. It was like he was well outside. It was like 5-6 feet behind the three-point line. And at one point he had scored, transitioning from the fourth quarter and going into overtime, he scored like 16 consecutive Golden State Warriors points. He was terrific. So, the Warriors are really good, but really the Nuggets just absolutely threw that game away. It's difficult to watch. Obviously, I'm in a pretty foul mood tonight. I think that much is pretty obvious right now. But it was nonetheless a terrific game. I thought the Nuggets, being a Nuggets fan notwithstanding, I thought it was a very, very good game. And the first game was also a very, very good game with yet another double overtime outcome for the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you didn't watch that one, just I think Indiana, it was pretty much a microcosm of the finals that we saw, the final series that we saw last season. with between Oklahoma City and Indiana, where the Pacers just really overperformed, really overachieved, continued to defy expectations. They continued to prove me wrong. I thought that was going to be an easy series, just like I thought tonight was going to be an easy game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But Indiana just kept at it. They were very competitive in this game. They got a number of good performances, did the Indiana Pacers, primarily Pascal Siakam with 32 points and Mathurin with 36. You had Obi Toppin off the bench with 20 points. And for the Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with his career high performance tonight, a double nickel. So Shai dropped 55 points tonight in the double overtime win, 141-135 for the Thunder. They're 2-0, 2 double overtime wins. Aaron Wiggins, 23 points as well tonight. Chet Holmgren added 15 and 12. And ho-hum, another great player, is emerging for the Oklahoma City Thunder. By far the best team, by far the deepest team. AJ Mitchell, he was good in their first game. He was terrific off the bench tonight. 26 points for him. He led the team in plus 12. He played 38 minutes off the bench. It looks like he's going to now be like a major rotational piece as well whenever the Thunder want to use him, because, you know, they've got like 10 to 11 of those guys already. Just an embarrassment of riches. The rich just keep getting richer for this Oklahoma City Thunder team. But of course, the big news tonight, for them at least, is, of course, the 55 points by the reigning league MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's coming off of his 35-point game in game one. So if you're not exceptional at math, let me help you out. He's averaging like 45 points per game right now through 2 games. So terrific start for Shai. Good start for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think these 2 games were much more difficult than they needed to be or should have been. I thought they should have blown both these teams out. They went to double overtime against each. Of course, they're without Jalen Williams still. So, you know, he's like a top 15 player in the NBA right now. Jalen Williams is. So, you know, I guess they're just finding a way even without him. I still think the Thunder without him, though, are just so great that they should still be easily dispatching of these teams and not needing to go double overtime. But it is what it is. They get the win. They're 2-0. And like I said, Shai has been going crazy as of late this season. I think it does bear to mention that he shot 26 free throws tonight. It is that's a lot of free throws. I don't know what to say. 26. He shot 14 in game one, which means right now he shot 40 free throws through 2 games. He is averaging 20 free throws a game right now. Let me just let that sink in for you. 20 free throws per game average right now for SGA. The all-time record, I'm not suggesting that Shai's going to continue this torrent free throw pace, but the all-time record was set by Wilt Chamberlain in 1961-62 when he averaged 17 free throws a game. Second on that list is Wilt in the 1963 season at 14 per game. Third on that list, you might guess, is Wilt in the 1960 season, 14 per game. Fourth, who do you think that might be? It's Wilt. The 1961 season at 13 per game. And fifth on the all-time single season record for free throw attempts per game was Shaquille O'Neal in the 2000-2001 season when he averaged 13 free throws per game. So again, right now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is exceeding significantly prime Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal in the amount of free throws that this guy's getting up. 23 of 26 tonight. So 23 of the 55 points coming from the free throw line for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And, you know, there you have it. That's how you get to 45 points per game or whatever it is that he's averaging right now. So the Oklahoma City Thunder kind of just picking right up where they left off. playing with their food, not putting teams away, needing to work harder than they should, but ultimately still getting through and winning the games. So good night, another good night for them. And then, of course, a terrible night for the Denver Nuggets. And, they're just such a confounding, annoying team to root for. Denver Nuggets, they're in every game. It doesn't matter how good the team is that they're playing, how bad the team is that they're playing. They're going to find themselves in some crazy back and forth game. It's just going to be like this all year long. I just simply can't take it. I don't think they're taking time away from my rest and my sleep. I had to sit here for another 20-25 minutes before I could get on here and talk to you guys and vent. It's very cathartic for me to get on here sometimes and just vent about certain things. And the Nuggets are pretty much the top team that annoys the ever-loving shit out of me. I just can't with these guys. This is why it was so refreshing for me to not have a team for so long. When Kobe retired, basically, I essentially mailed it in on rooting for teams. I knew teams that I didn't want to win. And the same is true in the NFL predominantly. I'm a big fan of the NFL, and I know teams that I don't want to win, but I don't really have teams that I want to see succeed or that I'm rooting for. And from basically, look, the Lakers weren't competitive at all from when Kobe Bryant ruptured his Achilles in the 2012, I believe his 2012-2013 season. Look, they weren't competitive. The team stunk. He was a physical shell of himself. He suffered 2 additional season-ending injuries, at the end there. In 2 of his last 3 seasons after he had a season-ending Achilles rupture. So I basically didn't have a team from 2013 till probably around like 2022 when I really picked up the Nuggets. So it was a nice 9-year stretch where really all I needed was LeBron to not win. That's pretty much the only thing that I was hoping for and rooting for. So, it is what it is. And I don't like having teams. So maybe I just need to do that. Maybe I don't need to submit. Maybe I don't need to find a new team. Maybe I just need to have no teams at all. I think that's what I need to revert back to. But let me just hop in here. Here we go. My main man from Serbia. I know it's tough, bro. It still feels like Denver misses someone. Yes, my Serbian brethren here. It's I know you're feeling it probably tonight as well too. And yes, it does feel that way. Like last year, basically, it wasn't always just Nikola Jokic and nobody else. In plenty of games, it was Nikola Jokic and nobody else for the last like 2 or 3 years. But in some games, look, he gets help sometimes. Like it'll be like Jokic and Jamal Murray or Jokic and Aaron Gordon. Or some games, it would be like Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray. But like there's no depth. There's no consistency to the other pieces. There's no additional players that can contribute. And they just seem so utterly top heavy. And that is not the path and the direction of the NBA in 2025. It just isn't. It's people are eschewing the super team. They're not doing these big top 2 or 3 team ups anymore. It's all about depth. Like, what does your bench have? Like, how deep can you go? And the Denver Nuggets just have seemingly never been there. Nikola Jokic made commentary in the offseason saying, we need more depth. Like, we got to fill this out. And accordingly, I think the Denver Nuggets front office went out and did just that. I stand behind the acquisitions that they made and the pieces that they brought in to this team in the offseason. And in night 1, maybe it's just growing pains. Maybe it's just trying to just figure it out and build cohesion. But it didn't look very good. It was, again, just 3 guys and just a top-heavy attack. Like, there was just nobody else. And Cam Johnson, I have high hopes for this guy. I'm expecting him to be a significant upgrade to Michael Porter Jr., and he just looks like another Michael Porter Jr. The other thing of concern, Christian Brown, I don't know what the hell that guy has been doing in the offseason. He just inked a 5-year, $125 million extension. And this is the etymology of it. This is how the Nuggets continue to have scrubbish, overpaid, overrated players. because Nikola Jokic is such an elite floor riser that he makes all these subpar players look like they're elite contributors. He gets them bank and then they're ass. And that is exactly, again, just one night. But in night one, Christian Braun looks like ass. I'm sorry. Like 3 of 7 for 6 points in 38 minutes from a cat that's supposed to be ascending into prime levels right now, who just extended to the tune of $25 million a year. I think he averaged 15.5 points per game last season in his big coming out season. 15.5 points gets him 25 mil a year, and he comes out with that tonight. The guy, like, basically couldn't be stopped in transition last year, and he just looked lost and discombobulated multiple times when he got out on the break tonight. Just not good enough from him. So I think I agree here that it does feel like something's missing, but we can't overlook the Nikola Jokic factor. He is, like, typically a neutralizer to everything going on. Tonight, he was a net negative tonight. Like, he was whatever it was, minus 10, I think it was, on the floor. It wasn't a team worst, but he's got to be way better than what he showed tonight. I'm as big of a Nikola Jokic fan as there are out there. I am not, again, to the contrary of some allegations thrown around by some trolls here, I am not a Nikola Jokic apologist. I am just a realist. I just say it the way it is. And, I dissect it the way that I see it. And typically, I just don't see it ever being on Nikola Jokic. Tonight was. So he's got to be much better. Again, he's either got to get better conditioned or figure out if it's an injury. He's got to figure that out, or he just has to flat out be better than what he was tonight. So we'll see what games 2 through 82 now hold moving forward for them. I believe next they're up against the Suns. I want to say they play the Phoenix Suns, I think, on Saturday. So, I guess we'll see how I would imagine they're going to be significant favorites in that game. And that's, of course, a must-win game after choking away this one. You can't lose a game to who's suspected to be one of the worst teams in conference this year. So got to keep an eye on that. We've got John back in here. Again, John, a regular. John, welcome to the party, pal. I know you're in a surly mood from time to time. You're obviously in hell with your sports fandom outside of your Ohio State Buckeyes. But yeah, I'm pretty testy tonight. So thank you for coming in and trying to cheer me up here in the lounge. So what's up to you, John? What happened to Gary? My question is, how much do you hate the cheaters up north? I absolutely hate them. PSU versus Ohio State score prediction. What happened to Gary? Gary is still around, John. Gary will be back. And he has 2 channels, a sports channel and then a standard regular channel. And he's really, his regular channel is his main thing that he does. That's his main channel. And he's on one right now on that channel. He's doing well. He's having success. He's working pretty diligently on videos, kind of around the clock, sort of. So I don't want to disrupt him or break up his momentum on that channel. He's still around. He will be back whenever he wants to be, or whenever whenever time is permitting. He will be back. So Gare will be back. John, can you clarify for me, who are the cheaters up north exactly? You could just, I'm in the actual regular chat, John, so you don't have to drop me another super chat. You can just answer that in the regular chat. Who are you referring to as the cheaters up north? I'll wait for your reply. I'll keep an eye on this chat. But in terms of my PSU Ohio State score prediction, oh, I see, John. Michigan is who you're referring to. I just, as a Penn State alum, like, I have to hate all of the upper echelon or high profile Big Ten teams, such as your Ohio State Buckeyes. And I accordingly, therefore, I dislike Michigan as well. My prediction for Penn State and Ohio State, though, did you ever see the Rocky movies? Do you remember the one with Clubber Lang, which was played by Mr. T? Again, as you guys know, I'm a big movie fan, and I always relate things to movies. So, yes, when he says prediction, when the broadcaster or whatever is interviewing Clubber Lang, and the prediction is pain. That's my score prediction. Penn State and Ohio State. Pain for my Nittany Lions. I don't know what the spread is. As you know, I'm also an avid gambler, but or I like to look at betting lines and stuff. I don't bet that much anymore, but I like looking to lines. If I had, I would guess, like 37-16 or some weird score for Penn State. I would say like they're going to win by 3 touchdowns. So I doubt the line is that extreme. Probably I would guess, I don't know, Ohio State like -11 or something, -9. I think they're at home. That seems extreme, but Penn State hasn't won a Big Ten game yet this year, so I think Ohio State should be substantially favored. But whatever it is, I would lay those points by Ohio State because I think they're going to win by 3 touchdowns, John. And kudos again. Congratulations to your. I don't think it's too premature to offer you congratulations for your Ohio State Buckeyes because they're going to easily win the championship this year. Next in, Lester's Banana. What's up? Lester's Banana. I'm having a terrible night tonight. And I'm tired. You know what? Some of it is also I'm very tired and grouchy. I've been up. My sleep schedule is all discombobulated. The NBA season has come back. I'm trying to readjust my hours, trying to get back into the swing of being up late at nights, but I'm still getting up early in the mornings. I have not slept that much. I'm very grouchy, I think, in general. And the game there, the way that game went, just really, it was just the last little inkling, the straw that broke the camel's back. I was very annoyed at watching that game. So Lester's Banana, though, welcome into the lounge. You always put a smile on my face. I always love to see and hear from you, Lester's Banana. The question or comment from Lester, Joker played bad because did not eat his pregame banana. See, Lester, that's why I love you, bro, because you're always making me laugh. That's a good point. Who was it that I saw recently that was eating bananas on the sideline? I think it was Baker. I believe it was it Baker Mayfield or no, maybe it was Joe Flacco. I don't know. It was some quarterback no, it was Mac Jones. That's who it was. Mac Jones, backup quarterback, San Francisco. Lester, I don't know. I know you're not in the United States. So you're probably not a big NFL football fan. But look up Mac Jones. He is the backup quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Typically, it's Brock Purdy. Purdy's been hurt all year, basically, with turf toe. Mac Jones has been backing him up. And Mac Jones was scarfing down bananas on the sideline. It was like 3 or 4 games ago. It was a nationally televised game. It could have been a Monday night game, maybe a Thursday night game. And Mac, he ate like 5 bananas on the sideline, Lester. I think Mac Jones has probably got to be your favorite athlete at this point. So I would recommend you look into that footage. You would love it. But yes, maybe the Joker, maybe he needed to eat a banana, maybe a pregame banana or 5 like Mac Jones, because Mac Jones played terrific in that game where he ate all those bananas. Okay, let's see who else we've got here. Thank you again, Lester, by the way. We've got 6-Wheel Cowboy in next. I know who this is. What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for your generous donation. I do appreciate you. I appreciate the friendship, and I appreciate, obviously, the support. Thank you for your sponsorship. And thank you for letting me get my rants out of the way, I guess, before you sent this question. So are the refs cheating for SGA? Is he a dirty player? What's that deal? I think he is skillful. I think he knows how to use his body to get your body out of position. Should that not be admired? Okay. I think, yes, multiple things here can be true. I watch these games, and I honestly, they are fouls. Like, I don't think, like, Shea isn't just getting a good whistle. Like we talk about the Lakers and their free throw disparity often. And I think there's a lot of questionable calls in those games and such. I haven't watched every single game Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has played in the last 3 years or whatever, but I've seen the first 2 games he's played in this season, and I've seen every game he played in the postseason last year. And in those games, like, I can't say there were glaringly terrible calls or that Shai is, getting calls that shouldn't be fouls or whatnot. I think, though, the implications are that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a free throw merchant, or that he plays quote unethical basketball. And I got to say, like, those are fair claims or fair accusations. I think Shai is a terrifically skilled player. He's one of the few elite players in the mid-range. I actually like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander quite a bit. I admire him. I like him as a player. I like him as a leader. I just like him as a person. Like, he is a humble, quiet, kind of soft-spoken, meek type of guy, but he's obviously a killer on the court. And his game is almost flawless. Like, he defends. He can make threes. He can do it from the mid-range. He puts the ball on the ground. He obviously is an elite free throw shooter, and he knows how to get to the free throw line. I like Shai a lot. The reason I'm viewed as being critical of Shai is because he shouldn't have been the MVP last year. Like, I find it annoying that Jokic got robbed out of a league MVP in 2023 when they gave it to Joel Embiid. So Jokic, there are levels to, when you get into certain conversations based on accolades and such. And 3 MVPs sure is nice. 4 MVPs is absolutely special. Like, when you get into the 4 MVP club, that is like another tier of greatness. And Jokic should have had the one against that Joel Embiid got, and he should have had the one last year. And I don't care if he doesn't get both of them. It doesn't matter how great someone is. No player in the NBA is going to be given 5 straight MVPs, but he should have had one of the 2. So one of the reasons why I'm annoyed with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is because he got something last year that he didn't deserve, that he shouldn't have, that is taking it away from Nikola Jokic. And now Jokic likely will never get another one, so he's going to be stuck at 3 league MVPs. And so forever I will hold that 1 year against Shai. But I like Shai otherwise. Like, I like his game. I like him as a player and as a person. But to your question, 6-wheel cowboy, he is a free throw merchant, and he does play unethical basketball because half of the time he's on offense, he's literally not trying to make a basketball move legitimately or score a basket. He is just trying to find a way to get someone to leave the ground, and then he's just flinging his body into them. Like, it is unethical basketball is a great terminology for it. I just don't respect that style of play. I didn't respect James Harden. James Harden played similar-ish. He had a similar way or brand about him when he was back competing for league MVPs and winning it 1 MVP. Was like he was just hunting free throws. Like, his sole purpose on the offensive end at times seemed just trying to find a way to get to the free throw line. Like, who cares if you have a chance to make the shot? It's not even about making a shot or completing a basketball play. It's just trying to get to the free throw line. And there's just something about me that doesn't really like that. So I understand some of the criticism of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on that front. However, no, I don't think he's getting like cheap or chintzy free throws. I will definitely grant you that. And there's no doubt about it. It is effective. Like, if he's not able to score otherwise and the Thunder are not going to score otherwise, then, to your point for should it be admired, like, they're finding ways to win games. Like, it's facilitating winning games. So I guess, yes. If I was a fan of the Thunder, like, I would absolutely love it, and I would love Shai, and I understand why it's annoying, or like some other people aren't enamored with that kind of gameplay. Just in general, in speaking to that, and in that first game, the Oklahoma City Thunder shot 51 free throws overall. So I mean, 26 for Shea, but it was 51 free throws for them and then 40 free throws for the Indiana Pacers. So you had 91 total free throw attempts in that first game. Like, it's just gross basketball. Like, it's ugly, gross basketball when you're getting nearly 100 free throws. Like, it just slows everything down. It bogs it all down. And I mean, just, for comparison, the Denver Nuggets played not a double overtime game tonight. They played only one overtime, but still they went into overtime and they got 14 free throws tonight. The Denver Nuggets did 13 of 14 from the free throw line for them. 14 free throws. The Golden State Warriors shot 25 on the other end. But so, I mean, you got Gordon shot 6 of them. Jamal Murray had 2. Peyton Watson had 2, and Nikola Jokic shot 4 free throws. So, yeah, not a lot of free throws in that Denver Nuggets for the Denver Nuggets, and really, ultimately, I mean, even the Warriors only shot 25. So it was a stark contrast to that first game, which again had nearly 100 free throw attempts. Like, I just don't. I think maybe it opens up a larger conversation of like, do we need to change the way the game is called or officiated? Like, right now, the letter of the law in the rule book, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is earning those free throws, and they are valid calls. But maybe we need to move in a direction where, like, if you just are flinging your body in, if you're just jumping into somebody, like, with no hope or prayer of making a shot, like, maybe that's not going to be a free throw anymore moving forward. Like, maybe that's something the NBA looks at moving forward. I don't know. But to your point, 6-wheel cowboy, I like the handle. I can't disagree with your train of thought here or your sentiment on this point. And no, I do not feel like he's a dirty player, just maybe an unethical player at times. Next thing, we've got Traffic Jam back in. Thank you, Traffic Jam, for sponsoring the channel here and supporting me. I do appreciate it. Does OKC go 74-8 and win the chip this season? Yes, they win the chip in my estimation. They're my preseason pick for the second year in a row. I thought it was a pretty easy pick last year. It's an even easier pick this season for me. I think ultimately the Thunder will be better overall once they get all their pieces back. They're missing a couple of players, not just Williams, but a couple other players as well. So they're going to ultimately, I think, be better this year. They're going to face tougher opposition, though, this season. I think notwithstanding with what we saw tonight, I think the Denver Nuggets will be better this year than they were last year. Golden State is better this year than they were last year. Houston is better this year than they were last year. All those teams are better. All those teams are better than any team that the Thunder faced last year in the postseason. So it's not going to be as easy in the playoffs, I think. And that's saying something because the Thunder went 7-2 series. And I'm saying it's going to be probably more difficult this upcoming season in terms of the opposition that they're going to take on. But in the regular season, I do expect they will be better. It's not going to be 74-8. They're not going to break their all-time record, but I do think 70 will be within reach. They won 68, I believe, last year, and I think they will become, what will it be? The third team. They will be the third team in league history to win 70. The Bulls did it. The Warriors did it. And I think, yes, this year the Thunder will do it. They'll win 70 this season. Next in, we've got Paul. I'm going to try it. Kapke, maybe. Apologies if I slaughtered that last name, Paul. But thank you very much for coming in here and sponsoring the lounge and trying to warm the waters up. I do appreciate you. What a great set of games. This is really about as good as regular season basketball gets. Joe New, LOL. Yes, this game. Every single night for 3 straight nights. The opener last night with all the big slate, and then tonight. And in two of the 3 nights, there were 2 standalone games. And basically all of the games have been terrific. I like the NBA is on one right now. It's a shame that we have this off the court kind of legal transgressions of what's ever going on with several NBA players, and really a high caliber, like a marquee guy, Chauncey Billups. I mean, this guy's a finals MVP formerly. He's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, and he's an active NBA head coach. By the way, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups both have been placed on indefinite leaves by the NBA. So they both made court appearances today. And that's a story, obviously, that's going to continue to expand. And there's going to be additional details that are going to ensue, obviously. So I'll be talking about that, I'm sure, for the next several weeks whenever new things open up. But that, set aside with that, because that is just the worst of worst looks for the NBA with the way the day started today. But on the court, the product is as good as it's ever been. No, I can't say as ever. Let me just say this. It's as good as it's been since like 2010. Like the NBA product has been abysmal since like, I don't know, like 2012-ish through like, like now-ish. So it's been a decade of darkness for the NBA, the product that is basketball, on the on-court basketball product. But now, like this season, my goodness, like basketball, it looks really good. It looks like the NBA is in a really solid place. A bunch of young stars that are now building and coming to the forefront and establishing themselves as like the league leaders now. And then, entrenched guys that have kind of been here for a couple years that I feel like we need to just continue to celebrate, like Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it looks like it's a changing of the guard. It really does. Though Steph Curry, after a subpar game one, kind of said not so fast on that changing of the guard. He looked as good as he's ever looked tonight in the fourth quarter and in overtime. He had kind of a slow build there in that game. The first half, not that great, but the second half, and particularly the fourth quarter and overtime, he was exceptional. So, great set of games, Paul. I agree. We've got Xavier DeGod in next. What's up, brother? Welcome back into the lounge. We're always here, so many thanks to you. If LeBron was 0 of 10 in the finals, do you think his delusional fangirls still call him the GOAT and the other BS? Probably not. I think 0 and 10 would be a tough sell, even for the LeBron jock sniffers and bootlickers out there that populate various corners of the internet. I do believe 0 and 10 would be too much of a hurdle even for them to clear. But, if he had won 1 or 2, let's say it was like 2 and 8 or something like that, we would still be hearing this kind of stuff. I think that we're hearing about LeBron. So I don't think, 1 or 2 less rings would change it. Even LeBron himself doesn't think rings matter. We've heard insight on that from Rich Paul. And various times. It's like 1 or 2 times Rich Paul has been absolutely on the record and saying that like LeBron's done more than enough to be the GOAT. He doesn't, winning is a team accomplishment. Rings don't really matter, define greatness. That's the take that LeBron and his camp have. So I know LeBron would think he was the GOAT even if he was 0 and 10, but I don't think he would have quite the backing and the support that he does from various portions of the fan base in that claim if he were 0 and 10, Xavier. Not even LeBron or his fan base has that kind of power behind them, I don't think. Xavier back in. Thank you, Xavier, for yet another generous donation for me. I love that KD got to watch OKC get their rings. Yes. KD, who spent like a decade, maybe 9 years it was, in OKC and never really could get it done. He went to one final series with James Harden, obviously, and Russell Westbrook. They lost in 5 games to the LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh Miami Heat. A competitive series, a competitive 5-game series, though. They were in virtually every game. And then an epic choke job, in my opinion, by Kevin Durant and co. In the 2016 Western Conference Finals, it was, which ended up being his last series in an Oklahoma City jersey after they blew that 3-1 lead where they were killing the 73-win Golden State Warriors. They blew that 3-1 lead. And then later that summer, of course, KD went and joined that 73-9 Golden State Warriors team. And that was his last moment in Oklahoma City. So, OKC got their rings. KD finally got to see them get their rings while he was at least on the court. He wasn't in the jersey, obviously, and he wasn't a part of getting them those rings. But at least he got to see it. And he got a bunch of booing from the OKC faithful that were on hand that still remember his gutless and snake-like moves when he left town. So it warmed my heart to see him booed like he was. Lester's banana back in. What's up, Lester? Next season, a defender. Next season, let me start that over. Next season, a defender in a low, wide stance, sliding his foot and moving literally will be a foul. Okay, I see what he's saying. So, defender in a low, wide stance, sliding his feet and moving laterally will be a foul. Yeah, I think again, maybe we need to readdress what's being called and like. Maybe it's not. I'm not suggesting that what SGA is doing or the tactics that he's utilizing to get to the rim. I'm not suggesting that should be an offensive foul on SGA, but perhaps just like a dead ball turnover. Like, if you got to call a whistle or something on it and the play stops, like it's just side out for the other team. Or maybe it's just a play through. Maybe, if we decide like, look, if you just plow into somebody, jump into them with no intent of making a shot, like it's just going to be a play on. Like, both teams will have the ability to go after the ball and try to get the possession. And at that point, guess what Shea won't be doing? He won't be jumping into people like that. He won't be picking up his dribble and just pump faking and spinning around and pirouetting and then throwing himself into people to go to the free throw line. He'll actually have to try to make shots or get to the basket or get fouled in the context of making a basketball move, or he'll have to just pass that ball to somebody else and reset and go up top and get it back. Like, I honestly think that would be a better direction and a better path for us to go in than the way that it's going right now. With Oklahoma City, because this isn't sustainable to watch this. Like, the games are compelling because they're close and they're very competitive, but to see a guy averaging 20 free throw attempts a game, like, it's ridiculous. Again, prime Will Chamberlain and prime Shaq didn't even put up these kinds of numbers. So something needs to be addressed. It can't be in season. It's going to have to be addressed by like the rules committees or whatever in the off season. And I honestly don't know what the configuration is in the NBA, if it's the same as it is in the NFL or whatnot. In the NFL, you put up, different owners will suggest rules changes or whatever, and then the other owners vote on it, and then it's ratified by like a 2/3 percentage vote. So like you need so many votes in order to ratify it and make it into a new rule. So I'm not sure if that is exactly the way the NBA goes, or if there's some other way that they determine rules changes or whatnot. But it's something that I think at least bears looking at in the off season. And look, the nature of officiating has changed drastically throughout the course of NBA history. Obviously, things used to be called a little differently. They used to be called, it was harder to get to the line. Obviously, it was harder to score. It was harder to do everything back in like the 80s, primarily in the 90s, the second part of the 90s and 2000 through like 2012, 13. Like it was just a different time. It was harder, grittier, more physical basketball. And Shea, look, I think he gets a bit of a bad rap. He's not the first person we've seen do it. Like, of course, like I mentioned, James Harden did this kind of stuff all the time. And he had this like sweep through 3-point thing that he would always constantly try. That's the other thing that I find annoying is like when a defender has their hand in, kind of near the ball, and a player just does the swipe through and like just brings his arm up and catches the defender's hand. Again, absolutely no semblance of trying to actually make a shot or whatever, like just basically trying to draw a foul and get to the free throw line. Like I've never liked that style of basketball, but right now Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has found a way to game the system, and it's just been working for him. So I don't think like why would you want to change? Like why would you want to do it any differently? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. So and they need Shea to do it right now, specifically because they're without their other all-star and all-NBA performer, and obviously J-Dub, who will be back probably sometime soon, I would think. I do see John has popped back in here. My voice is wavering still. I don't know really what's going on with it. Been having a lot of vocal issues as of late, and me getting worked up and elevating my voice here at the beginning of the stream here certainly didn't help it. But John, let's see what John is in here with up next with the Queen of Self. I'm not even gonna go with that. I'm not even gonna go there. Being named in the betting scandal when found guilty. I can't read all of these things, John. That LaBum ass is a pretty funny one, though. Should be banned from forever from getting to the Hall of Fame. I see. So yeah, John, thank you very much yet again for jumping back in and giving me yet another generous donation here in the lounge. I appreciate it. Just to talk about that for a moment, what John is referring to. Just get another sip here. What John is referring to is the betting scandal that I touched on throughout the earlier portion, and we've talked about it somewhat throughout the last hour here that we've been on. Damon Jones was one of the players that was implicated today. He was taken into custody as well. Damon Jones, of course, formerly played with and was an assistant coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he actually has been named in both cases that were talked about today by FBI Director Kash Patel. He talked about a point shaving, if you want to call it that, more of a prop bet alteration scam, which actually it's the same. The Terry Rozier element of that case was actually stemming from the Jontay Porter one. Again, I talk about this in the video if you want to go to my channel and find it now, or whenever we get off the live or sometime tomorrow. Jontay Porter, of course, brother of Michael Porter Jr., was suspended for life in 2024 for basically altering his prop bets. He played like 10 minutes or 3 minutes in a game and left, saying he was ill and he never returned. And there was a bunch of people there was some suspicious activity on his prop bets, to all on the unders, obviously. So Terry Rozier, they're asserting, was doing the same thing. He left at least one game that they're citing. He played 10 minutes and left with a fake foot injury, and there was a bunch of action on the unders on all of his props. So stuff like that was going on. At least that's what we know definitively for now. I think this could just be the tip of the iceberg, and there might be additional information that's going to be stemming and coming out. And maybe more people are going to be implicated. More things are going to be found out. So I think that is coming down the pike, unfortunately, for the NBA. But there was another thing, another case that the FBI was talking about today, which involves a series of rigged underground poker games. And that was really the piece that the mob and that various different mafia families were involved in. And Chauncey Billups, for now, has only been indicted in that one, the rigged poker games. And for now, Terry Rozier has only been indicted in the point shaving or prop bet alteration scheme. So, but however, Damon Jones is named in both. So Damon Jones, it was doing something with these rigged poker games with the mob, as well as affecting lines in some way or feeding insider information. And what John is referring to with the correlation or the connection, if you will, to LeBron James, an additional element was released of the story like later in the afternoon, early evening, maybe, that one of the things Damon Jones was doing was passing insider information on games and on, quote, it was the injury or the different health elements, injury updates or whatever of a, quote, marquee player to sharps and to bettors. And that player that he was giving intel on injury statuses was LeBron James. So that is the connection or whatever that John was referring to with the LeBron James piece. I don't think LeBron is involved. Look, I think LeBron in a real moment, if you really asked me or pressed me on it, like I think LeBron James has utilized banned substances in the past in various stages of his career, probably for, I don't know, maybe like 8 to 10 years now at this point, maybe longer, because I think it probably could have started with all of the evidence, information, everything that I've dug into. Like I really do believe he started using something in Miami, and that was all the way back in 2012. Now, there's no decisive evidence, but he's also never come out and ever denied it, rejected any of those allegations, sought legal action or whatever, asked for apologies or retractions, like never. So there's something suspicious with LeBron James in my personal opinion on that front. But is LeBron actually involved in some way, shape, or form with the mob, with altering his props or trying to rig games or something like that? LeBron James himself, I don't believe that. I would reject that premise, John. But anything, I guess, is possible. This obviously brings up all this betting connection now to the NBA, brings up the Michael Jordan allegations as well. A lot of people speculate that Jordan was involved in some kind of gambling conspiracy or situation or something, and that was why he retired for the 2 years when he went to play baseball. Again, I have rejected that premise for years. I don't believe that. I don't buy stake in that one. But now with all of this stuff coming out, like it makes you think, it makes you wonder, because one of the main reasons, like I've rejected the overall premise that sports are rigged or that players are rigging. Maybe there's league mandates that, like, we want you to officiate this player a certain way, or give, this team like the benefit of the doubt on calls. We want to get them to a certain positioning, like maybe that. But for players to actively be rigging games, I've always rejected it, at least at the NBA front, because the money is too much. Like, why would they risk it? Like, it doesn't make any sense for the amount of money that you're talking about making, doing it. Like, you're jeopardizing the much more significant amounts of money that you're making to be an NBA player. So that's one of the reasons why I personally always rejected it. But Terry Rozier today really refutes or defeats that line of reasoning by me, because Terry Rozier is currently playing in the final year of a 4-year, $96.3 million contract. So you got this guy making $25 million a year, still running around like rigging games basically, or rigging props for like $10, $15, $20,000 bets. So I guess it's feasible or possible. Next in we've got, I'm going to try this one. France Canole, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure I'm destroying that name, France, but I'm sure Franz, maybe, I'm guessing maybe the T silent. Anyway, I apologize for the obliteration of the pronunciation of your name. But thank you very much for your generous donation. I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate all you guys being out here tonight and cheering me up, letting me talk through all of my misery for this Denver Nuggets heinous game that I was subjected to. The question or comment, though, from Franz here: just want to take a moment to give you props for so brilliantly bringing the facts to the table. Oh, well, thank you very much for the kind words. Not only your generous donation, but the very kind words. I do appreciate you very much, and that does mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. As I came on tonight and I saw some comments that obviously got me a little heated up after being subjected to that crappy game. I've seen a lot of good comments as well. I do appreciate you guys for uplifting my spirits here tonight. Thank you very much. And if you haven't seen the video yet, I do unpack the we were just talking about that gambling, the huge, just really mind blowing. It's just, I was blown away today when I saw the news. So, sorry, the world as we know it. Are you a Penn State alum? I am. And that's why, I've got the light, as you can see, over my shoulder. So I am a Penn State alum. But yeah, you can go check out that video. It's about 10 and a half minutes. It really unpacks, I think, things. And guys, I'm going to keep touting this video because I'm very proud of it. My top 10 all-time list. It is out. It is 30 minutes long. It came out about a week and a half ago. I'm actually going to put a video up either tomorrow or the next day about something that intrigued me about Kobe Bryant. You guys know I'm a big Kobe guy. So I did a Kobe video recently. I've had it in the chamber for a few days. I'm going to put it out sometime, probably within the Friday, maybe tomorrow or Saturday, and it will link the top 10 list again at the end. So do me a favor and do me a solid if you haven't watched that list. Go out. Actually, Akeem Olajuwon is mentioned prominently in that top 10 list, and I see a handle on here that is Akeem Olajuwon. So I know that's likely not the Akeem Olajuwon, but if it is Akeem, thank you very much for coming and supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Guys, quick bit. Oh, wait, what do we got here? Yeah, he needs an all-star team, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I've been watching because I do not have moderator Gary. I have been watching the live comment section even more closely than I typically do, which is probably not a good thing for me seeing some of these comments that I take exception to sometimes. Caleb Williams is in. Man, I'm late, but I know Skap ain't happy right now. Yes, you can go back and watch the beginning of this live stream. I definitely get a very solid rant. I laid a very solid rant down. It did feel good. It was cathartic. I felt like it was very therapeutic for me. So it didn't help my voice, which has not been good as of late. So unfortunately, there is that piece. But guys, I just want to lay some, I guess, I don't know, some scheduling or whatever, some administrative notes on you about the channel. I am not at home now. I've been traveling, and TMD, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've been watching these comments more than I typically do because Gary, I do not have Gary here. So I've been getting distracted by some of the comments. TMD, I did not blame it on Murray. You can go back and watch what I had to say about the game at the top. I was critical of Nikola Jokic. I do not think he played a good game at all. We'll see, we'll see, where they go from here, but it's a terrible loss. And it's, at the end of the year, I could totally see them, in mid-April or whatever, early April, they're going to have like 53 wins or something like that. And they're going to be like just outside of the line. Like they're going to be the three by like a game, or they're going to be the 5 by a game or whatever. And then you can look at this game as the reason why. So, and Jokic has to own tonight's performance. So you can go back and check that out on the top end. But some administrative notes or whatever news on the channel, because I've been pretty active on this early part of the NBA season, and I am in town in Pittsburgh. I'm home to visit my parents, but also secondarily, one of my best friends is getting married this weekend, Saturday. I will be going to that area. It's about an hour away from where I'm at now on Friday night, and I'll be there all day, basically Friday night, all day Saturday, and then leaving Sunday morning. So you're not going to hear much from me for the next 2-3 days. I do have that aforementioned Kobe Bryant video that I'll be putting out on maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. But aside from that, don't be concerned or whatever. Don't think I'm ducking anything or hiding from anyone or whatever, or not wanting to answer things or whatever. I'm just going to be kind of out of play for the next couple days. So it's going to be, it will be light on the Skap Attack channel for a few days, but I will be back in full force probably I don't know, on Monday or whatever, maybe sometime Sunday, like I'll put something out. I'll be back on. But guys, it's been good. I wanted to get back on. I really did not want to come on tonight. Obviously, I was in a foul mood, and some of the commentary on here, I just don't care for sometimes. So I probably should have just stayed away, but I didn't. I came on. I faced the music as I typically do. I got my rant out. I didn't think, I did a couple solid Nuggets rants during the playoffs last year. I did not envision one coming in game 1 of 82 of the regular season. Unfortunately, this is where we're at. But it's been great, catching up with you guys again here. Night 3 of the 2025-2026 NBA season and night 3 of the Skap Live After Dark Lounge. 3 for 3. Like I said, that's going to come to an end starting tomorrow as I'm out of town here. But it was good. I'm going to, like I said last night, if you guys weren't here towards the end of it, I'm trying to keep these tighter this season. I'm trying to keep them shorter. I approached 3 hours, 3.5, even like a 4-hour one during the playoffs last year. I'm trying to keep these to around a 60 to 90 minute clip. So I'm trying to get in, get out, keep it tighter. Last night we had a bunch of games and we still kind of kept it tight. So it's, we're hitting about the 115 mark. Let me just see. I just keep seeing these comments and I just want to answer. Skap. Oh wait, hold on. You said a couple days ago that he is an upgrade. Is it true? Is that was Cam? I think it was a Cam Johnson question. Yeah, I thought Cam Johnson was a significant upgrade. I put a lot of stock and a lot of faith in Cam Johnson. I thought he was going to be a big-time upgrade, a much better defender than Michael Porter Jr. I thought he was going to be a much better shot maker than Michael Porter Jr. and more to the point, even than just making catch-and-shoot threes, which I thought he would be as good as MPJ. But I was expecting him to be a much better defender, and I was expecting him to be a shot creator, to be able to facilitate offense for others. And he looked terrible tonight. So to answer your question on Cam Johnson, I did talk about him earlier in this live stream. Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about him. I'm concerned about even Christian Brown looked horrific tonight as well, right after he signed a 5-year, $125 million extension. So they've got some big concerns. The positive side of things, Nikola Jokic literally can't play any worse than that. I have to believe he's either hurt, and if he's not, he's going to play substantially better than that moving forward. So they've got that going for them. They should have won that game easily, even with Jokic playing so poorly. And then the other couple positive takeaways, Aaron Gordon looks phenomenal. He was the best player in the playoffs for them other than Nikola Jokic last year, in my opinion, which is why his injury for Game 7 against the Thunder hurt so badly. He picked up in a major way tonight. He looks better than ever. And then Jamal Murray, who typically, this is the Jamal Murray you get around March or February or March. Like Jamal Murray's already in shape and already looking solid for the beginning of the season. So the positives are like Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray look terrific already. Nikola Jokic is going to get better. So you've got that going for you, but you need these other guys to play. I'm not asking these other guys to be averaging 20 points per game, but I mean, 5 years, $125 million deal, and Christian Brown's first game after that extension is 6 points on 3 of 7 shooting. Cam Johnson, like the big newcomer upgrade, a team worst minus 17, 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting and 1 of 6 from 3. Like that's there's levels to this. Like, again, I'm not suggesting like I'm not asking for 20, 25 points per game from these guys, but you're going to need to be a lot better than that from those two if the Nuggets are going to actually be anything of substance this season. All right, I was kind of easing my way out of the lounge, but I got a couple more super chats, so I'm going to stick around after I get a quick drink of water here. And I won't leave with a super chat, and I definitely won't leave with a super chat from my main man, Sully's Tech Hub. What's up, brother? Welcome in. to the Skap Live After Dark Lounge. Skap and Sully video feature exploring Sombor, Serbia, the home of Jokic. Let's make it happen, Skap. I'll film and edit it. Sully, yes, I don't know. Was it a super chat that you posted this on one of the last episodes that I did? Or was this a comment that you made on a video? I don't know, but I've seen this exact comment from you. I don't know if it was a previous super chat or just some other chat comment or whatever, video comment, but I would love to do it. I've been teasing my visit to Serbia. I definitely do want to do it. I have not done my European swing yet. It is in the works. It is in the planning phases, I want to say. At least ever loosely, whatever it is, like it's something that's going to happen. I will be doing, I will be going to Europe and being there for, I don't know, probably a couple weeks more than likely. And Serbia 100% will definitively be on the list of places that I will be going to and visiting. So whenever that is set and whenever it is finalized, Sully, you know that I will certainly get in touch with you if this is something you're serious about doing, and we can make it happen. Next in, we've got Spartan. What is up, Spartan? Welcome into you. I'm not sure if you might be new to the sponsor lounge area. If you are, welcome in and thank you. Turns out it was the Mafia helping Braun all along. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually, if there is rigging or fixing going on for LeBron, I don't presume it to be Mafia or mob related. It's probably Commissioner Adam Silver related. It would probably be the way they are instructed. Speaking of officials, we talked a lot about free throw shooting and officials and stuff tonight. That would be like a league office mandated way that they're officiating the Lakers or giving them differing calls and so forth. Again, shameless plug. Just let me plug it one more time. I put it up today around 2:30 in the afternoon. 10.5-minute video on this whole gambling scandal. And I do actually talk about the Lakers and their free throw discrepancy. And at the end of that video, I tag a different video where I really dig into those numbers over the last 3 years and how preposterous the differential of the free throws are for the LA Lakers. So, I do see Skap just woken up to your live. That video you did on the NBA FBI arrest yesterday was so profound, brief, but profound. Keep doing your thing. That was from, I'm not even going to try. Thank you very much for your kind words. I just wanted to put that up because it caught that was the most recent post there when I went back to the live chat, and I don't want to massacre your name. But I do appreciate the kind words from you and helping me plug that video. So I appreciate it. And I just wanted to put that up so I don't try to destroy your name there. Guys, it was, I wish I could say it was a fun night for me, but the Nuggets, who are just spoilers for me, basically, they just the way they play at times just is an absolute eyesore for me. It just ruins my night like it did in the playoffs many times. And I've already been victimized by them in night one of the regular season for them. But it was still fun nonetheless getting to hang out with you guys tonight, as always, and talk with you guys. Like I said, you will not be seeing probably any videos or me being on any live streams for the next 2 to 3 days. But please do make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on. And guys, I will be back at some point soon, Sunday or Monday. So keep an eye out for me, either videos or whatever, a live stream, possibly. Got to get these vocal cords healed up too, maybe. So perhaps I'll give a rest from the lives for a while and just focus on the videos. Nonetheless, you guys know where to find me. And as always, it is a pleasure. Please, guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you all very soon.